Anna Jones Recipes for Root Vegetable Winter Stews. Of all the cooking I do in winter, a deep bowl of braised vegetable stew is what I find myself drawn to most often. Deep winter is my favorite time to be in the kitchen. January brings roots to roast, fat apples to stew, blood oranges and fennel to slice thinly into salads, porridge and rice pudding to stir. My winter cooking is done softly, sometimes slowly, the flavors gentle, round and warm, turmeric, saffron, buttery garlic, mellow ginger and the warming hum of star anise. Of all the cooking I do in winter, a deep pot of stew is what I find myself drawn to most often. Sometimes merely the sum of what I have in the fridge, other times more layered and considered. Time to hunker down. Braised January roots with orange, chili, and turmeric. Neither of the winter roots used in this recipe, celeriac and swede, will ever win a beauty contest, which is probably why, by and large, they get overlooked in favor of parsnip or sweet potato. This stew uses a generous amount of olive oil, which adds depth and richness, backed up by the sunny haze of turmeric and a pep up from the pool biber. Giant couscous adds a pleasing bite. Prep 10 minutes, cook 40 to 45 minutes. Serves for 150 grams giant couscous, whole wheat, for preference, 1 kilogram celeriac, i.e., 1 big 1 or 2 small, 1 small swede, 1 fennel bulb, 4 carrots, 8 tablespoon olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds, 1 lemon, zest and juiced, 1 orange, juiced salt and black pepper, 1 tablespoon pool biber, Turkish flaked chili, or 1 pinch other dried red chili flakes, 1 teaspoon ground turmeric, or fresh, peeled and grated, 1 small bunch parsley, leaves picked and finely chopped, 1x 400 grams tin or jar butter beans, drained first. Put the couscous in a bowl, cover with cold water and leave to soak while you get on with the rest. Peel the celeriac and swede, and cut both into irregular, bite-sized pieces. Cut the fennel bulb into thin wedges and finely slice the stems, reserving any of the feathery fronds. Peel and cut the carrots into coins. Heat half the oil in a heavy based casserole, then sweat the celeriac, swede, and fennel for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally, until they soften and pick up a little color. Add the cayenne, cumin, the juice from the lemon and orange, a good pinch of salt and 400 ml cold water. Bring to a simmer, cover, turn the heat to low and leave to simmer for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, mix the rest of the oil in a small bowl with the lemon zest, then stir in the pool biber, turmeric, and parsley. Once the vegetables have been cooking for 30 minutes, they should be soft, with a decent amount of thick, soupy broth. If the stew looks a little lean on liquid, add more hot water, because the couscous will absorb a lot of liquid, too. Drain the couscous and stir into the pot with the butter beans, put the lid back on and cook for 10 minutes more until the couscous has fluffed up and softened. Season to taste and serve hot, perhaps with a drizzle of good olive oil to finish. A 6 ingredients squash stew and 5 ways to eat it. I'm aware there are 9 components if you count the oil, salt, and pepper, but everyone has those, so they don't really count. I usually have most of the rest of these ingredients to hand at home, but the dish is very adaptable. This is the kind of base I use when I'm cooking on autopilot, with my imagination low, but my need for flavor and warmth the opposite. I've suggested some swaps to make it more accessible. A tin of beans is another great addition. Add 1 to the leftovers, so they go further. Prep 6 minutes, cook 30 to 40 minutes. Serves for advertisement. Olive oil, for frying 1 onion, peeled and finely chopped 1 fennel bulb, or 2 sticks celery, finely chopped 2 carrots, peeled and finely chopped salt and black pepper, 1.5 kilograms squash or a 1.5 kilograms piece of pumpkin. I used a crown prince, 1 small bunch thyme, or rosemary, or a few sage leaves, 1 handful split red lentils. Heat a glug of oil in a large casserole, add the chopped veg and a big pinch of salt, and cook for 10 minutes, stirring, until soft and sweet. Meanwhile, chop the squash into bite-sized pieces, there's no need to peel it. Once the onion mixture looks good, add the squash, thyme, a handful of lentils and boiling water just to cover, and bring to a boil. Turn down the heat and simmer for 20 to 30 minutes, until the squash is tender and the stew has thickened. To serve, the choice is yours. 1. Add some chickpeas, and top with yogurt, mint, and nigella seeds. 2. Instead of adding it all to the pot, bash some thyme leaves in a mortar with good olive oil and chopped chili, and serve on top of the stew. 3. Finely chop half a clove of garlic, roughly chop a small bunch of parsley, and mix with the zest of an orange and some salt and pepper. Spoon on top of the finished stew. 4. Fry a finely sliced onion in olive oil, then pile onto the stew with chopped coriander and mint. 5. Tear some good bread into chunks, drizzle with oil, season, and bake at 180°/350°F/gas. Mark 44.